Play is underway in the Test match. Welcome to the microphone, Michael Hawker.
Good morning, Gordon. Good morning, Australia.
So immediately it's a 22 dropout for England. Nick Stringer, the new fullback. This is Stuart Barnes, the standoff. Referee this afternoon is Mr. Bob Francis from New Zealand, all the way from Wairarapa Bush in the North Island. He's refereed some 60 international or first-class matches in New Zealand, but his only international fixtures have been Fiji, Tonga, and Fiji, Western Samoa. It's a pretty big test for him this afternoon, Michael.
Yes, it is, Gordon, although he's, I think he's good for the Australian side. He's a man which doesn't like to blow the whistle that much, and I think he would probably be better for us than he is for England.
And a very good scrummage from Australia in the opening minutes. The referee has awarded a penalty to England, though.
Just proving me wrong.
Offside play there by the Australians. Perhaps there was some late obstruction too. But England, perhaps slightly favoured by this swirling breeze. It's a very strong breeze, but here at Twickenham it does swirl around, Michael.
Yes, it does, although it's generally coming from the north, which is behind the Australian backs. And if you're out there on the field, you feel it is going from left to right as you're looking at the picture.
Big moment for Tom Lawton, the Australian hooker. Won well by the Australians. Rodriguez, Ella, slack to Gould. Thumping tackle there by Barley. Australians going over the top. And a second penalty to England. Now Chris Butcher being called back. He'll be familiar to Queenslanders. He had a season with Souths in Brisbane. So this first penalty attempt by Barnes is 48 metres out.
I think this is something which Australia's got to watch. This bloke kicks goals prolifically, and I think that Australia's got to maintain the other side of the field. They can't be forcing make errors in their own half.
Well, he's put it out to the right. No goal. We've had just over 2 minutes of play in the first half. Michael Liner. That's a good kick. But Australia in front of the kicker.
It's a costly error there.
Michael Liner had found touch back over the halfway line. So just a little bit of nerves in the early stages. We saw a good scrummage from Australia in the first minute. Taking position here for England. Nigel Melville, the captain, number 9. Also making his debut for his country today. Barnes, Stringer's in. Carlton's outside, caught by Ella. Good tackle. Hall, first man in. Australia slow to pick up that loose ball. Barnes again, drop goal. It's out to the left, no goal. Liner calling for the ball. He'll attempt another quick one. England have regrouped. But this loose ball has been a problem for the Australians at the breakdown, and Hall going in very quickly that time for England. Siddle going high. Another ruck ball for England. Barnes. He's put it high. Gould's underneath. On the 22. Tapped ahead by England. Parr Jones covering well. Back though for the scrum.
I think the first 20 minutes of this game is going to be the most dangerous for Australia. Of all the games when the opposition has scored points in the first 20 minutes, we've had trouble.
Barnes just missing on the left-hand side. Just inside Australia's 22. 4 minutes of play gone in the first half. Roger Gould. That's the kick Australia was looking for. And he's taken play up towards halfway.
As I was saying, Gordon, I think we've really got to make a concerted effort to get out of our half. These first 20 minutes are vital to Australia, and we should maintain maintain an effort to get out of our half and to stay in the English half so they can't get some early points up.
Steve Mills, the England hooker, former Gloucestershire captain. Butcher went high. Tyneman won it for Australia. Ella. Thumping kick downfield. It's over Underwood's head. He's gone back for it inside his 22. But Australia gaining good ground there. And now they have to throw into the line-out. Rory Underwood, who made his debut for England here against Ireland this year. Cutler went high. England spoiled. Butcher doing well. Leftward kick by Melville is good. Nigel Melville, who really is only on one leg, he's had 5 operations on that left knee, which is heavily strapped. Crowd of over 50,000 here at Twickenham. Cutler won it. Back to Gould. Charge down. Ella's there. Mark Ella saving the day there for Australia. Nick Stringer for England. He's following. But good work there by Gary Rees, the number 7 flanker for England, who put pressure on Roger Gould, and Australia in trouble that time. Cutler won well. Bar Jones to Ella. To Liner. Torpedo kick by Liner is a big one.
A lovely kick from Michael Liner. I think Michael Liner is going to be one of the most important players of the team today. Going to rely on his goal kicking, and he has to straighten the line over his technical kicking.
He certainly has grown in stature on tour so far. And Australia now up in a good attacking position. The England back row has been spoiling effectively so far. Siddle taps. Not in straight. Nick Barr-Jones playing his first international for Australia. 22 years of age from the Sydney University Cricket and Mountain Motor Hockey. Very proud to see Nick Barr-Jones there this afternoon.
Yes, I am, Gordon. He's a player that's played first grade for the last 3 years and played very well, and it's great to see him get a chance to play in the Australian colours.
Free kick for England. Looks to be against the Australian forwards. Apparently they were perhaps pushing off the mark, but it was something before the ball went in, not warranting a penalty, and it hasn't found touch. Campese. Roger Gould. Liner. Brendan Noon coming through. Stringer. Beats one man. Does well. Now it's Barley. 10 metres from halfway. Gould. Underwood coming through.
There's a little bit pity there that Michael's kick didn't go further away from Stringer there. It could have caused him all sorts of problems. As it was, managed to get through the tackle, and they've got out of a nasty situation.
With the Australians showing they are prepared to attack from broken play. Cody couldn't take it. Tyneman and Poitevin through. The whistle is gone. Nigel Melville was away. Nine and a half minutes gone in the first half. Offside Melville. And Australia now with a chance to steady. That's a good touch by Liner. Finding the line about 33 metres out. from the England goal line. 10 minutes gone and still no score. Cutler got 2 hands to it. And it's a penalty to Australia. Looked like a hand in a ruck from Gary Pearce. And so a chance now for Michael Liner to post first points for Australia.
It's a very important kick for Michael here. It's the first kick he's had under real pressure. And I think if he can get this one, then it'd probably augur well for the tour in general. I think if he has trouble here, it doesn't strike it well, then it's going to take tremendous strength of character for him to keep at it and to make sure that kicking side that Australia can maintain their stakes.
Liner has scored 38 points on tour from 4 matches. He came on in one of those as a replacement. But he's kicked 14 goals from 22 attempts. Successful percentage of 63.5. How's this one? Coming back. Not quite. Oh, so close. Elapsed in this international. Barnes with the kick-off. Steve Williams won well to Cutler. Hoytman Morling. Good work by the Australians. Campese coming through on Stringer. Ball knocked on.
Yes, there was a good bit of work from Far Jones, the half-back. He saw there was a space on the blind side, and it's just a pity the Campese couldn't get his hand the other side of the ball there. It would have been very dangerous for the English team.
Tight head to Australia. Ella. What's he going to do? Unexpected ball for the Australians in front of England's goalpost. Here it comes. Far Jones. Referee pulls up play. He's giving the scrum to England. Australian knock on. One against the head there for Tom Lawton. Scrum's collapsed again. Barnes on his left foot, bad kick off the side, and it's only 12 metres out. Barnes also making his debut today for England. Australia winning the line-outs by 5-2 so far. Siddle getting his hands to that one. Redmond going down on the ball though. Lying on the ball there. Mills also obstructing. And it's another chance for Australia.
This is going to be a more difficult kick for Michael Liner. It's on the wrong side of the field for this type of around the corner kicking. But I think he struck the last one reasonably well despite missing it, and that would have given him some confidence, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him kick this one.
Liner only 20 years of age, very cool head. Queensland University. He struck it pretty well, but again missing on the right. 1 out of 2 for Australia. Australian balls going well in the early stages. Cutler with 2 hands. Good mauling by Rodriguez. Ella. He's put it high. Stringer underneath. Liner coming through. Campese in front of the kicker. Campese explosive off the mark, and quite often the referee can be mistaken. Campese is able to get up there very quickly, but he must have been marginally in front that time. Melville caught by Far Jones. And that's good spoiling by the Australian halfback.
Yes, he's doing well, Nick. You notice that Mark Giller's put a couple of high balls up now to Stringer. We've looked at the team. We feel that Stringer's a little bit weak for the high ball. We're hoping to get an early score out of him and to knock the confidence out of him.
Cutler. Geller. Slack to Moon. Sandwich in the tackle. And again, Australia penalised at the breakdown.
I think that sort of penalty is very unfortunate there. The man's been swamped by tacklers, and it's nearly impossible to get the ball away. And I think it's one of those rules which the referees tend to overinterpret.
England favoured in the early penalties by 4-3. And another bad kick by Barnes. That one gained about 5 metres only. Stuart Barnes from Bristol, 22 years of age, played all his junior football in Wales. Ten-metre mark, England territory, still no score. Tyneman at the back. Geller, good ball for the Australian backs. Bad pass though, Campese. Barnes supporting well. England has it. Lazowski to Underwood. The speedy man. Barley couldn't hold on. Knocked forward though by England. Good defence, Australia.
Yes, the backs did very well to regroup there. I think originally in the move, the line's not quite straight enough. I think we've got a bit more work in straightening the line. The holes are out wide, but we're tending to run away from them.
Bar Jones. Offside England, inside backs. And yet another penalty attempt for Michael Lynagh. This will be his third in the first 16 minutes of play. This certainly is the easiest of the three, although it still is a long way out from goal. That's the halfway line on the left.
Yes, it is a long way, Gordon, but as you can see on the far side, the flags are fluttering very strongly, I think, in the direction that he's got to kick the ball, so he's got the wind behind him. I think that is the reason for some of Barnes's kicks sliding away a bit off the sides too, because although it's difficult to feel it up here in the commentary box, it's quite a strong wind when you get down on the ground from left to right.
Well, if anyone comes, you have to
Wait for those attempts. He struck that one very well, but again he misses. So Lynagh really feeling the nerves in the early stages. Mistake from England. Barnes kicking out on the full. So Australia having all the opportunities now. Lynagh missing with all three kicks on the right. Mark Geller. Drop goal. And he's missed on the right. So it hasn't been a happy start for the Australians. They are frittering away opportunities in the early stages.
I think that it's important, though, Gordon, that we've had the opportunities because we're in their half of the field, and that is the main objective at the present time.
Siddle bowling well here for England. Melville goes in. Barnes is running from inside their 22. Dangerous play by England. Now it's Underwood. He's jet propelled this man. Good pass. Carlton. Mark Geller the tackler. Gould over there. But pilot officer Rory Underwood. RAF really breaking clear that time.
Not a bad player, this fellow Underwood. He had he stopped 2 tries, definite tries in the game against Services, and a bit unfortunate that we didn't see him get more of the ball there.
38 metres out from the Australian goal line. Redmond won well for England. Barnes looking for position. Campese back there. Knock back. Stringer. Straight through. England first at the breakdown again. Melville, the referee getting in the way. Kick out on the ball. There has been a lot of overnight rain here and just a little bit of breeziness on the surface. Midway, 22 and halfway, Australia's territory. England in control that time with the scrum feed. And the penalty goes to England for a collapsed scrum. I must say that was a puzzling decision.
Yes, I disagree with the decision too, Gordon. I feel that our front row was still standing on the feet when the entire English pack was on their stomachs.
Still, psychologically, this would be a great blow for England if Barnes can steer this one through. He missed with his first 4 attempts here against the President's 15 a month ago. This is better. England in the lead. Australia has missed 3 penalty kicks at goal and also 1 field goal attempt. Barnes kicks 1 out of 2.
Yes, and Barnes become a dangerous man now that he's got his sights on the goals. Didn't miss many down in the Exeter game either.
Stringer in the in-goal area. So that will give the England side great confidence. Australia hasn't converted its early pressure into points. England back row certainly on top at the moment. Liner, field goal attempt. That's not a bad kick, but it goes out to the left. It was worth a shot. The Australians have got to really maintain their composure here. It's a better kick by Barnes. Williams to Rodriguez. Ella. It's a high one. Underwood underneath. It's a tester swirling round in the breeze. He missed it completely. He's offside, that man. This is a penalty right in front of the goalposts. Slack. Looking possibly there to play on quickly if the opportunity was there.
There's a bad miss there by Underwood. The kick was a little bit far and it got carried away with the breeze as well, so there wasn't that much pressure on him, and it's a mistake which you can't afford to make at this sort of level.
So this is John Hall, the England flanker. He appears to have received a knock in the back, but he's been very prominent in the early stages. Let's have a look at the incident again. Mark Ella with a very good hoist, remembering that the breeze does swirl here, and Underwood really not getting near it.
A good bit of pressure there by Liner. He was the only Australian backup there, but it did cause Underwood a little bit of trouble. And it's a pressure you've got to maintain if you're going to put these whole boys up.
So John Hall back in support. The big Bath flanker. And now Hawker from point-blank range. This to level the scores. It's Liner. Michael Hawker sitting alongside of me.
I'd like to think I was there, Gordon.
So scores are level in the test match. 24 minutes of play in the first half. Liner kicks his first penalty goal. Stuart Barnes and Nigel Melville played together for the England under-23 team on their tour of Romania. But it really is a new-look England side. The old guard are gone. David Campese allowing the ball to go towards the dead ball line. And it's back to the Australian 22. So a very interesting 25 minutes of play to date. Liner, big kick, Stringer. Stringer likes to run. Around Poitevin. And that England player was in front of the man, but it appeared to come off an Australian arm. Jolting tackle there by big Steve Williams, the Australian vice-captain. Last man up there is Jim Siddle, the big Lancastrian, who played for Lancashire against the Australians in '81. Australia penalised for collapsing the scrum at the last set piece, which we felt was a pretty harsh decision. Gareth Chilcott is the loose head on this side for England. He's the son of a Welsh miner who crossed the bridge. Australia boring in on the front. Butcher. Melville. Moon the tackler. Nigel Melville with a lovely little snipe on the blind side. Australian ball. Wheeled by England. Gould. That's not a good kick. Straight to Underwood. Danger for Australia. Lazowski. Beautiful tackle by Tyneman. Australia have got to get this loose ball at the breakdowns. There it is. Campese. Found a bit of space. This is Barnes. Still going. Farr Jones tackles. Now it's Redmond. Steve Williams can see the ball. England, though, in control. That's the halfway line. Scores a 3-all after 27 minutes of the first half. This is Steve Mills, the England hooker, who appears to be in quite a deal of pain here. He was first capped against Argentina in 1981. Chilcott, number 1, listening to Jim Siddle, who's the forward leader. And it looks as though there's a replacement here. Steve Mills. The England hooker is off with what appears to be a neck injury. So Steve Brain was the officially listed England hooker. And the England scrum in trouble again, but here's Melville.
Good tackle by Campese.
So Chilcott playing hooker at the moment. England a man down in the forwards. Tom Lawton. Line, Tyneman wins it well. Poitevin now trying to slip it back. Australia drive. And a good one too. There's the ball. And good work there by the Australian forwards. Replacement player will be coming out for England very shortly. Farr Jones. Tyneman.
It's interesting at the moment they've got John Hall in the front row off the side of the scrum, and I don't think he'd like that much.
Ten metres short of halfway. England territory. That one coming back out the same tunnel. 30 minutes of play gone in the first half. Scores are 3-all. Barnes. Barley. Stringer. Carlton. He tripped over. Campese there. Australia just looking at that loose ball though. Poitevin. Now they go. Liner to Gould. Lawton, the hooker. What's he doing out there? Not a bad kick though. Underwood's there. He's in trouble. Liner. Michael Liner. No support. 5 metres out.
I didn't think a hooker would never know what to do with it when he was out on the wing. He didn't do a bad job with it though.
So Tommy Lawton's late grandfather would have been proud of him. One of Australia's great captains. This is the replacement hooker, Steve Brain, for England. So England back to full strength. And there's Tom Lawton. Yes, he is grandfather led Australia and the Waratahs to 8 wins from 11 internationals. Ella. Liner. Here comes Moon. England midfield defence is strong. Australia look to be setting this one up though, right in front of the goalposts.
It's very important to get that second phase ball. We see there that England managed to kill that, and I think we've got to make more of an effort to get that ball back so we can set up a second phase, because that is where we're going to beat this team.
Mark Ella's on the right now, controlled at the back by Tyneman. Ella's gone straight back. Right foot field goal. Nigel Melville got around and he charged down the kick. It's over the 22. Play on. Slack just looked at the referee. Ella tackles. Now it's Liner. He's got a bit of time here. There's no one up for England. Liner with a big kick downfield.
Very clever kick too. He saw there was no one out the left-hand side and he just kicked it down with the wind. Hope that they'll force the ball.
Underwood. The crowd not happy with the tackle on one of the England players, as that gentleman so clearly is stating. Roger Gould in with a pretty fearsome tackle. And I'm not sure who this England player is. Is it number 12, Barley? We'll have to wait and see. But keep your eye on Gould. The crowd trying to influence the referee, but it's Brian Barley, who comes from rugby league territory in Wakefield. In fact, he was one of 85,000 spectators at Wembley 2 years ago when Featherstone Rovers won the Rugby League Cup.
I think this is a bit of a Hollywood, though. I think he's run straight into him. Rogers put his foot out to try and stop the ball there, and I think he's run straight into him.
And correctly, the referee is not being swayed by the partisan crowd. But Australia really does need points here before half-time. It's a pretty tense situation for the Wallabies. They've had their opportunities. Farr Jones. Still going. Good play by Farr Jones. Now it's back to Cutler. Australia set up. Poitevin at halfback. Ella. Gould. Slack now. Moon's outside. Brendan Moon. And again, good cover from England. Barley coming across. And Moon appears to be hurt in that tackle. Brendan Moon, Australia's most capped winger. Cut-out pass. Slack. Doubling round. Solid tackle by Barley. And Moon up though. Okay. Play to continue. Brendan Moon scored 2 tries for Australia against England here at Twickenham in 1982. Good take by Butcher. Pushing in the line out Australia. Relieving penalty. Five minutes before half-time, and still the score is 3-all. And I must say, the man Australia appears to be missing at the moment in this first half is Chris Roach. Australia not getting nearly enough ball from those breakdowns. Over the back, taken by Rees to Redmond. Overlap here for England. Stringers in, Underwood. Good tackle by Poitevin. Australia rucking it back. Campese. Australia all onside. It's a nasty one. Knock on, play on. Liner couldn't handle.
Again, a very clever kick there from Campese. He saw that the fullback was up in the line. There was no one deep. I think it was a bit of pity that it couldn't have gone just a little bit further, so it would have been all sorts of strife.
England looking very uncomfortable under that high ball. Campese. He's following. Stringer there first. England have cleaned up though. And a good kick there by Nigel Melville on his left foot. He's having an inspiring game for England so far.
Yes, he is, Gordon. I think Melville's probably the pick of them at the moment. He's had a couple of good runs down the blind side. Difficult man to spot. He's away early. And he's also cleared well from the base and organised the forward pack very well.
So yet another injury. We have 3 minutes before half-time. Steve Tyneman jumping at number 2 for Australia. Cutler's at the back. Stringer still having some running repairs. He has a reputation over here for letting the good length ball bounce. And there's Jim Siddle. His first cap was against Ireland in 1982. England lost that game 16-15, and he was axed after it.
You'll see in the situation here in the line-out, we've got 3 jumpers at the back. I think you'll see the ball at the back of the line-out. So it has gone down the back.
And Rees wins it, though.
So it's one of the benefits of having 4 line-out jumpers in a team. We can put Tyneman at 2 and 3 at the back.
England securing the ruck ball, though, from the line-out. The ball was coming out, and the referee blew his whistle. The crowd not happy. "12 metres from halfway. Scores are 3-all. Australia was behind 6-3 at Twickenham in 1982. Melville's in trouble, caught by Farr Jones. But Butcher mauling well. Very alert England back row. Stringer. Roger Gould. That one's nearly found Snow. Here comes Gould. Stringer took it well. And Australia has the feed. We have about a minute remaining before half-time. So this could well be the last set piece before the break. Scores are 3-all. Penalty goal to Liner for Australia. The same for England. Australians there appearing not to throw it in straight. The referee signalling with his hand. So that really is a wasted opportunity. And I'm afraid that has been the story of the first half for these 8 Wallabies. Oh, that's a shocking kick. Gould. Campese, what can he do? Steps nicely. He's still going. Campese, a great break. Poitevin knocked on. But he really is a danger man, David Campese. Simon Poitevin not able to pick up that loose ball. So time is up on the clock. We're now into injury time. And the Australians have had a free kick awarded against them again for pushing over the mark, it looks like. No? Yes, he has awarded it. McIntyre looks very frustrated. There's a lot of wrestling going on in that front row. The breeze pretty well blowing straight across the field away from us. And we're now playing injury time in this first half. Halfway line. Cutler won it well. Butcher gets Jones. And England have the ball. Barnes. High one for Gould.
A little bit short.
Gould took it well. Australia set up the ball now. Can they get it back though? England come away. Barnes. Carlton went without it. Tyneman. Ella. 10-metre line. And there's the whistle for half-time. Scores here at Twickenham at half-time as we watch this replay. Stuart Barnes bursting clear on the right as Australia appeared to have them all in control. A bad pass from him. Tyneman was across to pick up. Ella there also in support. But what will Alan Jones have instructed to the Wallabies at half-time? Barnes starts the second half. Roger Gould. And for all rugby fans watching, the ABC will soon be bringing out in the ABC shops and bookstores Australian Rugby Union, the games and the players by Jack Pollard, a magnificent publication. As Spa Jones kicks downfield, it's a very long kick. Carlton, left foot. Touch, who's there? Moon. Chance for Australia to counter-attack. Moon still going. Gould. He was caught though. England have won it again. That's a better kick by Barnes.
Poor mistake there by Australia. Not necessarily the pass by Brendan Moon, but the lack of the ability to maintain control of it in the tackle. To lose the ball there, we've lost probably 50 yards and lost territory. And that's exactly what we can't afford to do in the second half.
Scores are level. It's 3-3. That was the half-time score. Liner a penalty in the 24th minute. 3 minutes after Barnes had kicked a penalty for England. And this time a penalty against Butcher for coming across the tunnel. And Australia will be looking to really drive play well into England's half here.
Good safe kick there by Liner. Utmost importance that those penalty kicks go out.
Steve Brain, the replacement hooker. There's Cutler jumping at 5. He got a tap. Ella. Quick hands to Liner. Liner goes ahead. Here's Poitevin. Penalty to Australia. Mark Eller instructing the referee that time to award the penalty. Mr. Francis saying, thank you. I can see what's happening. Liner has the penalty, though, and this is the chance Australia was hoping for 2 minutes into the second half.
Again, a very important kick for Michael. It's kick one, and this is an important kick, and that'll get us on the move again in the second half. Give the boys a bit of confidence, give some points to play with.
Liner has kicked 1 out of 4 so far. He was certainly feeling the big occasion early on. Vital kick for Australia.
They'll be very disappointed with that. He's been kicking excellently on tour so far. It's a great pity to see a man with this sort of talent throwing it away.
Well, this was the story of the last test here. Australia didn't kick its goals at Twickenham. They haven't kicked them again today so far. Cutler taking that ball well from the kickoff. Now Australia driving ahead. Mark Eller. Long pass to Gould. Moon. He's in the clear. Brendan Moon. Can he go all the way? Lazowski there carrying the ball over. Magnificent burst there from this champion Australian winger Brendan Moon. One of the few times the Australian backs have let the ball wide, and Brendan Moon always scoring. Here it comes for Australia now. The scrum's going down during this replay. Mark Eller, Liner to Eller. Mark Eller! Mark Eller! Oh, what a great try to Australia! His second try in Test match football, and Australia's in the lead.
Great try there from Mark. They had another move on him, but Mark found himself in the hole. And it's amazing how quick he can be when there's a hole and you can see the line in front of him.
Well, that's that famous double round move. I might add the manoeuvre made famous by Michael Hawker and Mark Eller. But Mark Eller, as you say there was something else on, but he's so instinctive, Michael, that he was able to finish it off.
That's right. They were going to say a move which we call down under, in fact, but it's going to have a flick pass back inside of Roger, and he didn't need it.
Michael Liner converts, and Australia now with a 6-point lead, but they really do have to go on with the job from here. From the Australians. Good work by Mark Eller.
You saw there in the background, they saw Roger coming. The man that had Mark went off him and went for Roger, and Mark found the hole in front of him and scored.
Here's the move again.
Here you can see it again. Mark doubling round. And he's running behind. He's going to do it inside flick, but the man saw Roger, and he just went straight to the hole.
Well, the press over here have said Mark Eller's lost half a yard of pace, but they still can't catch him. Australia leading 9-3. That try will give the Wallabies great heart, but they can't allow England now to get back into this game. There's David Cody for Australia, setting up play. So a very positive start to the second half by the Australians. England forwards lying over the ball. Liner's kick taking play over the halfway line. Didn't appear to be very straight. The referee playing advantage. Australia now have it. Here it comes. Farr Jones calling for it. He's put it high. Here comes Farr Jones. Carlton couldn't take it. Liner! Michael Liner, 5 metres out. Australia now looking for another try. John Carlton making the mistake under the high ball. Farr Jones again putting up a good one. And really playing with the aplomb of a veteran at the moment, Nick Farr Jones, his first cap.
It's an excellent kick there by Lino. It's one of the qualities which he excels at. I think, though, I mean, I don't think it was the right option at the time. We had a good back line there and good ball, but it still gained us some ground. I'd like to see that we can run the ball in the second half. I think we run these at the English forwards around the paddock, but in the last 10-15 minutes, you might see them fall apart.
There's Gareth Chilcott, number 1. He's a French polisher by trade, but now runs his own lumberjack business. Scrum here for Australia with a big blindside. Collapsed again. Gary Pearce and Enrique Rodriguez on this side. They were opponents in Argentina when England toured there in '81. Scrums collapsed. The laws clearly state you cannot pull the opponent down in the front row. We've seen a bit of that this afternoon. Coming out the same tunnel. This is well for Melville because he'd come through prematurely. Bring the scrum back, says the referee. Now put it in. Good ball for Australia. Ella to Hawker. Ella again. Gould. Gould! Here it comes. Far Jones there. England desperately trying to spoil. Australia with an overlap on the blind side. Tyneman. Moon. Great tackle there by Carlton. Australia couldn't quite get it as fast as they would have liked there from that ruck.
Yes, I think there's one step too many there. It should have been the quick pass out, give Brendan a bit more room.
John Carlton showing all his vast experience with a solid tackle on the goal line. Australia leading 9-3. 9 minutes gone in the second half. Free kick there against the Australians. Appeared to be against Poitevin. He wasn't barking his opponent. Plenty of vocal support here for England, but it's Australia with a 9-3 lead. Just outside the England 22. Cutler in the middle. 5-man line out. Cutler won it to Far Jones. Slack. Campese now. To Moon. Mark Ella. Pass fumbled by Gould. Australians tending to run across field a little. They'll have to straighten their attack. But they have the pressure on this England side at the moment. Another good scrum. Melville's kick a bad one out on the full. Steve Williams really driving the Wallaby forwards on. Here's David Cody, number 7. Formerly of Orange City, now with Jeeps in Brisbane. Only his second cap this afternoon. England have it. Referee has found what appears to be a knock-on by the Australians just outside the England 22. And again, Australia is penalised for collapsing the scrum. Any comment, Michael Hawken?
No, it's been very difficult on this tour. Every referee has a different interpretation of the scrum. We are suffering quite a few penalties in the scrum. I don't think it's our problem, but it's more of a problem of interpretation.
Fine kick by Barnes. Now the 10-metre mark, Australian territory. This is the 11th time Australia and England have met in internationals. Australia leads 6-4 at the moment, but they've lost 4 of their 6 internationals here at Twickenham. Far Jones to Ella. Slack. Defence was waiting that time. Who can win this loose ball?
See, that's where we need the very quick ball to get it going again. The English team there managed to prevent that ball from coming out, and it makes the game very static, very stop-start, which is exactly what we don't want.
That certainly is the sort of ball Australia has been feeding off over the last couple of years, but it hasn't been coming as they would like today. Blindside here by Barnes. He's kicked. He's out on the ball. The Australians pretty pleased about that one. Australia doing well in the line out, leading by 11-7. Cutler again. And pulling the jersey there by Australia, it would appear. Australia had the line out, with a bit of obstruction. And now Barnes with an opportunity to reduce the 6-point margin in favour of the Wallabies. .45 metres out. He's got the distance, but not the direction. Barnes 1 out of 3. Liner 1 out of 5 in those. Liner has kicked 2 out of 5.
Very clever kick there by Liner. He saw there's a gap in there behind the forwards and before the winger, and he used it very well.
Australia has the scrum right on halfway. David Cody looking at the touch judge as if to say, what about that incident? Rodriguez backing against Pearce. Jones having trouble getting it into the scrum. A lot of pressure in there. Melville spoiling. That man ruled offside. In front of the Australian halfback, David Cody, and Barnes now is going to look the touch. A little bit of pressure coming on the Australian scrum. They're playing on quickly here. Here's Liner under pressure. Couldn't take it. Chance for England. Australia a mile offside. Cody behind the referee's back. Underwood. Butcher. Slack. Campese. Forward pass. What a shame. Campese, I feel, could have kept going there. But the pass was a mile forward. Brendan Moon thought he was looking at his 14th test try. Five metres into England's half. 16 minutes gone in the second half. Still Australia 9-3. Barnes looking for touch. Good kick. Day, that standoff for England. A gifted runner. Some of his kicking today has been pretty indifferent. That one, though, would have given him great height. Danger zone for Australia. They've been on top in the second half. Barging in the line out against England. Well, the lineouts, Michael, are certainly a lottery. I think if you look closely, you can find infringements on both sides, but that one a timely one for the Australians.
Yes, very timely, Gordon. We should win most of the lineouts, and we've got 4 lineout jumpers in the team.
Liner's gone for distance. Stringer. Barr Jones the tackler. Melville. Solid tackle by Williams. Good defence, Australia. England have it, though. Poiterman in there for Australia. Driving play from McIntyre. England perhaps a little fortunate there to get the scrum feed. The Australian forwards projecting themselves like missiles.
Yes, good defence there. As I said before, though, you must kick those penalty kicks out. You lose a lot of pressure.
Liner went for a 55-metre gain there. Now England has the ball. Picked up by Barr Jones, who lost it forward. Play on. Barnes. Australian back row swarming in. 12 metres from halfway, England's territory. 18 minutes gone in the second half. Australia leading by 9 points to 3. England has won one of its 8 last home internationals, and it's only scored 1 try here at Twickenham in its last 8 internationals. They've managed only a penalty goal so far. Butcher. Melville. Barnes picks up. Caught by Moon. Good tackle by Brendan Moon.
Good defence there down the short side. They obviously had a word about it in the first half. So there was a couple of holes there early in the game.
Cutler jumping at 4. Tyneman at the back. He got it. 2 hands. Who wants the rebound? Siddle knocking forward. That's a better ball for Australia. On the deep channel. Slack. Campese went without it. Pass also seemed to be forward.
Yes, David Campese a little bit eager there. Another lost opportunity, though.
Barnes again looking for territory and hoping to apply pressure, but Gould inside his 22. And that's a whopper. Up towards halfway. Australia has had the territorial advantage in the third quarter.
Come on, Jerry!
Rodriguez at the front. Tyneman got a hand to Cutler. England driving ahead. Not in straight. The Australian line-out height has certainly worried the English forwards. Cutler and Tyneman have done very well.
Yes, particularly Tyneman, Gordon. He's had been one of the strong points of his game. In fact, I think he was one of the few line-out forwards in Cardiff which excelled.
Right on the halfway line. There's a lot of monkey business going on in the front row. Some very experienced campaigners. Slack again. Now it's Campese. Underwood gets away from him. Still in play. Slack's there, but the kick goes out on the full. England going for a quick one here. Nick Stringer. Campese showing a clean pair of heels there to his opposite number. He's very eager to get that ball. Australia have it. Good line-out ball this time. Slack Ella, Mark Ella, Slack, great play by the Australians. Moon, Campese, knocked forward, but fine support play by the Australians. Mark Ella prominent, so too was Slack. Campese not happy there that he wasn't able to hold on. Snapshot there from the Australians. England scrum was under pressure that time. There's Gareth Chilcott getting up very slowly, number one. And I think one of the England forwards, the scrum seemed to collapse on top of Nigel Redmond, the baby of the England forward pack. He's only just turned 20. And a worrying moment, no doubt, for all his supporters back at Western-super-Mare. The club called off their fixture today. But let's have a look at this movement again.
They do very well here. Slack manages to spin out of a tackle. Poor tackle there. And you see Mark doubling around as he always does. And Slack back into it again, which is good work. Still a little bit disappointed, though, that we haven't seen a more continued play. Still a lot of stops and starts. I don't think until we get this continued play that we're going to look as dangerous as we possibly can.
Lawton slips it back. Mark Ella. Gould. They're waiting for him again. That's the ball Australia's looking for, but not getting. Butcher trying to wrestle clear. Very strong man. In the mould of Andy Ripley. What a charge that was. Melville. Still in play. Nice kick by Melville. But that's that second phase possession you've been talking about, Michael, that Australia is not getting.
That's right, Gordon, and we also surrendered it in the tackle, so it gave England the ball. We can't afford to do that if we're not going to get it back ourselves, and we've got to kill it. It's no good giving it back to the opposition. And then we let, with bad play, letting the number 8 there, Butcher, to get another 10, 15 yards. The bloke should have been knocked over very quickly.
So let's recap on the situation. Australia leading England by 9 points to 3. It's the Wallabies' first international on tour. Mark Ella scored a try in the 4th minute of the second half. Liner converted. Liner has kicked 1 penalty goal, making up Australia's 9 points. And for England, Barnes a penalty goal in the 21st minute of the first half. Liner has kicked 2 from 6. Barnes 1 from 3. Australia leading 9-3. They are leading in the lineouts by 15-9. And it's level 20 apiece in the rucks and walls. So Brendan Moon here may have what appears to be a serious injury. And this could be a real blow for the Australians.
Yes, it looks though he's done a wrist or a shoulder there, and that'll be a savage blow to the tour. He's by far the class winger on tour and the class winger of Australian rugby in the last 5-6 years. A great disappointment to Brendan because he was planning on retiring at the end of this tour.
Well, the England crowd realised the class of this man. The same thing happened to one of their wing champions, Mike Slemon, at Twickenham in '82 in the corresponding match. And now the same fate has beset Brendan Moon. Andrew Slack is calling for the replacement.
Appears he's done more the wrist or the arm than the shoulder. I think you might see Matthew Burke come on here.
And a very generous round of applause for Brendan Moon. crushing blow for Australia. Australia now a man down. This is the impetus that the England supporters have been hoping for. But will it spur the Australians to greater heights? Cutler certainly went high that time. Liner. Spiral torpedo kick. Stringer. Not much angle. Gould. Man in front of the kicker. Well in front of the kicker there, Gary Rees. And the replacement ready for Australia.
Yes, now Matthew Burke coming on here as replacement.
What a moment for 20-year-old Matthew Burke, the baby of the Wallaby team with the Randwick club. He's on the field. Liner's going to attempt a marathon penalty here. It's 10 metres in from this broadcast touch, 50 metres out from goal, and wouldn't the Wallabies dearly love to see this one go through?
A great experience here for Matthew Burke. I think he's a man which has got tremendous talent.
He's a very damaging runner, and he's shown plenty of spark on tour so far.
Yes, he has, Gordon. He scored a very good try in the first game against London. He also played very well in Swansea last week.
Michael Liner, 50-metre kick. It's going to be close. Just under the crossbar. He had the direction that time. Wallabies slow to regather. They've caught Campisi out of position. Five metres inside Australia's half. And heavy play there from Barnes. Size the situation up well. England now back on the attack. Again, barging in the line out. They're having trouble getting up to Cutler and Cody, and not to mention Tyneman. And they really are frustrating the England jumpers. Liner's gone for distance and hasn't found touch. That's the second occasion. But still Australia is inside the 22. This has been a deliberate ploy of the Australians this year, Michael, kicking deep, keeping the ball in play.
Yes, it has. Not so much from penalties, but from loose play to kick when you're in your own half, kick it dead and get the blokes up fast to force them to kick it out and get the line out throw back in.
Tyneman, two hands, lovely jump. Australia in control here. Cody. Tyneman picked the ball up. Now they have it, Australia. Ella, Liner. Gould, Matthew Burke, Burke, Gould, Liner, try! Another great try to Australia. Michael Liner is over the moon. And an early touch too for Matthew Burke, who did well.
Yes, you see here, after some very good quick ball from the forwards, the W switch and out to Roger Gould. And Matthew Burke does exceptionally well here, stands the man up and stands in the tackle, let the players double round. And you see Michael Liner into the corner. But it all started with the back row Cody taking down the blind side, drawing the flankers in of the English flankers, setting good quick ball up and back the other way.
Which was exactly the way you were hoping for at half-time, I might add too, Michael. Well, that does give Australia the cushion now. 31 minutes of play gone. Liner from touch. Very difficult kick. Let's watch it again here. As Cody goes the blind side and sets up the play, and Tyneman quickly there to pick up that loose ball. And quick hands here from Farr, Jones and Ella. Slack with the cutout now to Gould. Matthew Burke coming inside his man. Gould in support. And so too Michael Liner. One of the Australians has been felled in play. The kickoff has been taken. A nasty clash. Gareth Chilcott absolutely hammered Farr Jones. We were watching the replay. Penalty to Australia, but the big lumberjack man, who's been sent off twice in the last 3 seasons for stamping, gets a severe caution there from the referee. He's a lumberjack and he's true blue. Take that. Farr Jones is still intact. Maybe a bit of double vision. That one tapped forward by Australia. England have really got to throw caution to the wind now. Carlton, Ella the tackler. He stood in the tackle though, Carlton, a very strong man. Good driving play from the Australians. Here they go! Tyneman. Farr Jones is there. Barley took it. Tyneman there again and wins the ball. Australia have it with the overlap. Look at this, Ella. Gould. Oh, bad pass. A try goes begging. Australia perhaps a little over-anxious there, but what incredible play by Steve Tyneman.
Yes, he did very well, and here we see this, the second phase being set up. The forwards going over the top now and setting up some magnificent ball, and we see once we get this good second phase ball what we can do with it.
So the England side really on their knees now. This is I think Brian Varley, the inside centre. But it's been a real famine for England supporters. They conceded 68 points in South Africa in the 2 internationals this year. Second last in the Five Nations Championship. And they're facing defeat again here today at the hands of the 8 Wallabies. The game's not all over yet, though. Good scrum from Australia. Barnes. Raking kick downfield. Here's Gould. Still in play. Campese's inside. Stringer. He goes for the safety. 30 metres out from the England goal line.
Mel was injured over in the background. It'd be disappointing to see this bloke have to go off. He's one of the form English players.
Nigel Melville, as we mentioned, has had 5 operations on that left knee. And he's pointing, I think, to around the Achilles tendon, the ankle. So let's hope it's not his knee, because he really is a fine player. He should have been in the England side well before this. But has had a torrid time with injury. Steve Williams at the front, tapped it. England now showing more spirit. Wild pass from Melville. Hall through the tackle of Liner, through Poitevin. Great run. Here they go. Barnes, Wazowski, Underwood. Good Australian defence. Here they go now, Australia. Look at the overlap. Ella, oh, what magnificent hands. Campese. David Campese. Underwood chasing. Poitevin. Try. The referee has awarded a try. Another sensational effort by the Australians. And did you see the hands of Mark Ella there?
You can see it here as Nick Farr Jones passes to Roger, and a lovely pass that cuts out everyone out to Mark, and some magnificent hands by Mark. And then he does super well in there, getting the hand out, palming off, and the pass back inside. Poitevin there as always. I don't think we can throw it away from here.
Yes, I think that surely seals it for the Australians. They've scored 3 tries to 0. They really should have been much further in front had they have kicked those goals. But the backs have shown some real sparkle this afternoon. And that Australian forward pack has really contested magnificently. They haven't got the second phase possession they would have liked in those first 3 quarters, but it certainly is coming now against the tired England pack.
That's right. You can see, I mean, this is what's happened in all our games so far. It's early in the season here. We're running them around and they fall apart in the last 10-15 minutes.
That's more like it, Michael Liner. 19 points to 3. Liner kicks his second conversion. And here's Nick Farr-Jones. Gould with the long pass and this sensational pick-up by Mark Ella.
2 bits of excellent play there. Gould's pass to clear everyone and then Mark Ella's pick-up. And Campese does very well here. Keeps the man off and the pass back inside.
Poitevin across again. He loves scoring tries, whether it be club or test match level. His support play rewarded that time. Steve Williams went high. England now with nothing to lose, so they can try everything. Melville, look at the gap. Australia leads 19-3. There's about 3 or 4 minutes remaining. Another ball. Rodriguez slipped it back. Marvellous game from the tough Puma. Connie Lawton.
Running it quickly.
Here they go. Slack. England still not retiring the 10 metres. Australia's going to run it again here, I think. They want to score another try. Gareth Chilcott. I'd say he has a bit of a stitch at the moment, apart from anything else. We have an unconfirmed report, I stress unconfirmed, that there may be a fracture of Brendan Moon's arm. It certainly looked that way when he left the field. So the fitness of the Australians really showing in this second half. Liner's going to look for touch. That's a much better kick. A big one. Inside the England 22. Metres out from the England goal line. Australia leading 19-3. We're now into injury time. Australia 3 tries to 0. There's Cutler soaring high again. Farr-Jones reefs it. I don't think Mark Ella was very impressed with that kick of Farr-Jones. This is Siddle. Good tackle. Steve Tyneman. Carlton. Now it's Hall, but the Australians there in numbers and driving England back. Rees goes in for it. Barnes. Butcher. Oh, bad knock on by Bali. England throwing caution to the wind, but probably trying too hard. Australian backs have got something on here. Farr-Jones having a word to number 8 Tyneman. Gould on the line side. Tyneman. Poitevin. Cody's there. So too is Williams. This is the ball Australia wants. Oh, Gould lends a shoulder to make sure Australia gets the feed. Gould, a massive fullback, just coming in to clinch that decision for Australia. Nasty gash for Gary Rees, but Australia really has taken the game up to the old enemy this afternoon here at the home of rugby, Twickenham. They lead by 19 points to 3. We're in injury time now. A nasty gash here for Gary Rees, the England flanker, who I must say has had a marvellous game. Rees and Hall and Butcher really have done tremendously well this afternoon. He played for the Midlands against the All Blacks. That's a famous victory for the Midlands. They beat the Australians on the last tour, and they face Australia at Welford Road this Tuesday. Michael, you'll be playing in that game.
Yes, I hope to, Gordon.
Rees leads the field.
I think he's got a broken nose, that's it.
Mark Ella. Watch it. Gould! Mark Ella! Oh, but a tackle from behind. Saved a certain try.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Just as Roger was about to pass it, the bloke nabbed it from him from behind.
Marvellous sleight of hand there from the Australians. They've pulled that move off a couple of times on tour, and tries have been forthcoming.
Well, that was the move we were playing earlier on when Mark scored and they saw Roger coming.
So the Australian backs letting their hair down in the closing stages. The match is won. Barnes, not much more he could have offered there. There's the full-time whistle. It's a great start to the international campaign by the 8 Wallabies. They have defeated England here at Twickenham in 1984 by 19 points to 3.